Welcome everyone to My AI Live. My AI Live. Tongue-tied already. Today's Tuesday, January 21st already. We are three-quarters or so, two-thirds, however you want to look at it, through the month already. Pretty amazing. We get together every Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific to learn the amazing My AI system. We're also learning social media. Social media is ever changing and it's changing yet again. And so there's a lot of things that are going to be coming out of all of this, especially with the TikTok stuff going on and other things. And so I want to kind of get back to a little bit of basics of some things that we've been talking about and haven't quite talked about for a while. And I want to make it a really big reminder for everybody and give some new people a good footing. So yesterday I was working with Sarah Robbins. Everybody know her, multi-million dollar worker in network marketing and was the very top leader in her company prior to it deciding to go to an affiliate program where everybody lost their sales teams. A lot of lessons have been learned from her. And in getting to spend the evening with her last night in doing this training, she reminded me of some things that we haven't talked about in a while here. And she also reminded me some other things that we really need to keep in mind. Okay. So for those of you who are brand new, the way this meeting is going to go, we're going to give you a short training. We're going to show you a way of doing some posts. And after that, we're going to take 5 minutes to go and do a post. Now, the reason we do the 5 minutes together is because if I give you a check off do list, oh, do this as soon as you get off here, you'll be like, I'll do that. But I got to do this phone call first and I got to put the laundry in and I've got to go to this, then my work and then this. Oh, this phone call. Oh, I got to take the kids. My dog needs to go for a walk, whatever it is, right? And then it never gets done. And so what we have learned, Adrian, myself, Tom, and all of us, is for years we have been getting together. Years we've been getting together Monday through Friday at a set time where we do our work. And this has changed our businesses. It's helped create conversations that we would not have had otherwise. And it's got us into consistency because when you get into consistency together, it's easier. You try to be consistent by yourself, try do 75 hard by yourself. Not fun. Not fun. Do it with a group of people, heck of a lot easier. Try starting a diet by yourself. How many times has that failed? Do it with others, easy. Try doing a business by yourself. Not so much fun. Do it with others, easy. So this is what we do here every single day. So then when we're done with the 5 minutes, we'll showcase some posts. We'll also answer questions and help you with this. So back to Sarah. So when Sarah was talking, she reminded us of a couple of different things. The first one that she reminded everybody was that you are not your company. You are actually the brand. I'm going to go ahead and make sure everybody's muted just so we don't, because you cough or sneeze and then the camera goes to you and then the recording's all that and you don't want that shown. That's, yeah. So, let me get everybody muted here just to make sure. Okay. So you are your brand. Your company is not your brand. Now, this is super important because, first of all, people are not signing up just for your product or company. They're signing up with you. I know two people right here who are in the same patch company. Why should I go with one to even be a customer with than the other? Why should I build a business with one than another? I know a whole bunch of people who are in Super Patch. I know a whole bunch of people who are in LifeWave. I know a whole bunch of people who are LifeVantage. I know a whole bunch of people who are in Young Living, Longevity. There are a million companies out there. And the majority of them have amazing products. What do I need you for? That's what our brand is, right? Our brand is defining who we are, what we do, what is different than everybody else, our values and beliefs and things like that. So yesterday we talked a little bit about mission statement. Mission statement is the values that we have within ourselves. Now, it's not really our company's mission statement because if you read your company's mission statement, you're not the one building the technology. You're not the one doing these things, right? What do you bring to the table is always kind of what you want to bring, what you want to define on social media. So when we're defining things on social media, it's our values, it's our beliefs, it's in we are now old school network marketing told you never be the expert in anything, just don't do anything, just do these little things and you'll build a great business. Unfortunately, that doesn't quite work these days. Now, you don't want to be an expert in every single bit of the research in your company and every single ingredient in every product and stuff like that. Absolutely not. You need to point to tools. Everybody understands point to tools, right? But you do have to be an expert on social media when you are showcasing who you are. You have to be an expert in you, your values, and your beliefs. You have to showcase yourself as somebody that somebody would want to stop the scroll and read their post. Somebody that wants to go and look for what you had to say today. That is what we are trying to build. Because if we're not talking about those things that are important to us, giving valuable information to people, giving tips, resources, ideas, and everything else to other people, you're just another noise box on social media. That's all you're. If you're constantly buy my product, 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 here's my product this way, here's my product this way, here's me upside down with my product, here's my product on my head, right? How many of you like to watch 30 plus minutes of commercials? Nobody? Even if you're watching QVC, it gets exhausting after a while, right? And I won't even watch that. It's like, I don't want to see a whole bunch of stuff, right? But yet we think that works on social media, and it doesn't. What does work is giving a lot of value, giving tips, and giving people inspiration. That's what works. Okay. Posting links on social media does not work. Your posts will be suppressed to the bottom of the algorithm if you put a link in there. I loved the way she put this because I've never heard it quite like this, but my ladies will get a kick out of this and my guys will be like, okay, but it could be a girl too. So just bear with me. She said social media is like the jealous boyfriend. It doesn't want you going anywhere else. Okay, guys, you could say the jealous girlfriend. Their goal is to keep you on their platform for as long as possible so you have more, so there's more of a chance that you will see their ads, that there's more of a chance that you will buy things that people have paid for you to see. It doesn't matter if it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, does not matter. In fact, on YouTube, the way to prevent seeing all those commercials is buying a premium subscription. So YouTube gets it either way. Get sick of the commercials? Buy premium. You don't ever have to see them again. Not going to pay us? Well, we're going to get paid by all these sponsors who are who are giving commercials and stuff like that. So what we have to realize with social media is we have to be a presence on there that is really about giving so much value that people really want to see and want to learn what we know. Now, for some of you, you'll be like, well, Elizabeth, that sounds great. I get it. It makes perfect sense, but I don't know anything. And you know what I want to say to that? It's not true. You may not be fully where you want to be yet, but everybody has overcome something. Everybody has learned something. You wouldn't have made it to this age that you are right now if you had learned something, right? You had to have learned something. So we go back and talk to the person that we used to be, right? Go back and talk to the person that we used to be. Go back and talk to the person that you used to be. Who did you used to be? Maybe you were insecure. Maybe you were heartbroken. Maybe you were overweight. Maybe you were broke. Whatever it is, you start going back. Now, here's the thing. Here's the magic of going back and talking to who you used to be. You only have to be this much farther ahead. You don't have to be an expert yet. You don't have to be the end all I've got to wait until I have accomplished $50 million and I'm a size 2 before I can say anything. No, no. You talk about your journey of how far you've come and you talk about where you're going. You talk about your journey of how far you've come and then where you're going. Okay, simple like that. So as we remember this, we become a trusted resource. Now, it's pretty easy to see when you're somebody like Mike, myself, a few others of us who have lost quite a bit of weight, right? People will say, well, you've lost this much weight. I'm going to listen to what tips you're going to say, things like that. But what if it's not health and wellness? Diane's lost a lot of weight. Paul's lost weight. A lot of you. Okay. But what if it's not weight? What if it's Pamela's business like it's Legal Shield? It's still talking about protecting your finances because legal costs are expensive. It's about protecting your assets. It's about protecting your life. She could give tips on that. And here's the thing. This is the one thing we've got to get into us before we can go do our post. Everybody ready for it? Everybody ready? Show me your hand if you're ready. You're really ready. Okay, everybody's ready? Okay, everybody who did not put their hand up, I'm going to put you in the waiting room and then we'll go talk about that. No, just kidding. Okay. All right. Your product only solves a part of their problem. Your product only solves one of their problems or a part of the problem. See, even though Diane and Mike and myself and many of us have lost weight, the product is amazing. Like, yes, helps immensely. But it also you have to get up and get some exercise. You have to make some better food choices. You have to learn how to have a different lifestyle. And it's become such a habit for me now. I get up at 4 a.m. and I walk early in the morning because I need to get some walks before my first meeting. And then I walk in between that meeting and this meeting while I'm doing other meetings. I'm walking. I'm getting all my steps in. I'm going to the gym to lift weights. Mike and I have got a deal. It's like, here we go. But that didn't happen at all at first, right? So I can talk about the tips that helped me get there. What can you talk about tips about? So here's the post what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you how to do a post on tips. But you need to know a little bit about what value you bring to somebody. And every single person here brings some value. Every person here has learned something, gone through something, overcome something, mastered something, made a decision about something. Every person here. So let's go ahead. We're going to go over to the NowSite system and we're going to show you how to make a post. Now, the first thing is the number one, what is the area that you like to talk about most? What's the area that you like to talk about most? And it does not have to relate to your product or business. I have a friend, she's in send out cards. Okay, those are cards, right? They make cards and send cards to people. Her favorite thing to talk about is not eating sugar. Cards and sugar are not closely related at all, right? But she uses what her favorite thing to talk about is to create a community so she has more people to talk about cards with too. Worked great. So just because your favorite thing to talk about or the value you can give somebody doesn't necessarily it doesn't necessarily reflect with your business all that much or your product, that's okay. You're building a tribe of followers and people that you don't know if maybe they're interested. They may be, and you don't know it. That's why we don't prejudge anybody, right? We don't prejudge and say, oh, that person's not going to be. No, they won't want this. Because the moment you do that, you lose that person, right? Last story, then we go over to the post. I'm sure that's probably what happened to me. Somebody prejudged me and said, yeah. But when I changed my business, met this lovely lady in Starbucks. Some of you have heard this story. She was talking about her business. She happened to be one of the top earners in the company. Jonique makeup company. Met this woman, thought it just, and after we were done with the conversation, gave her my number, and I never got hers. And I thought later on when I was thinking that evening, I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is the answer. Maybe the answer is to go back into the field. I'd been in the field before. I went corporate, was building websites, did all these other things, commissions, coding, all this stuff. And I thought, yeah, maybe this is the time to go back in the field. Maybe this is it. It's got to be at least 7 years by now. It's a long time. She hasn't called yet. Do you think she'll call? I'm still waiting. How many follow-ups have you missed? How many people have you prejudged? Never prejudge anybody. Too many diamonds that are still wrapped in coal, honey. They're right there. Just got to help get them undirty. Okay? All right, let's go make our post real quick. So we're going to come over here to the NowSite system. First, I want to make sure you know where to find your replays. So you're going to come over here to the official corporate NowSite group. The official corporate NowSite group is where you will find all of your replays. You will also find meetings and other things that are going on. Really need to make sure that you are a part of this group so you're seeing everything. Thursday, we have another meeting with the launch of Mobile Nav. So you'll want to make sure that you are here for that. Now, if you want to know more about me, I'm right here. Maybe you don't know me, or maybe you're brand new. My name is Elizabeth Larson. I'm a personal and business transformation coach. I am a teacher, trainer, author, speaker, and a professional network marketer. I've been building businesses online for a very long time. Started out on the stages of an essential oil company over 10 years ago, and absolutely love what I do. I have the same philosophy as Zig Ziglar. You help enough other people get what they want, you'll get what you want, and it works every time. So all of my posts are made with the NowSite system. So if you come over here, you can, do a make it my own. You can see ideas and things like that. There's a lot of new things that I am going to be posting based on the things that I am learning of the changes of social media too. So feel free to come over here and check out any of those as well. All right. You can come over here. Oh, and friend me. You could follow me, but if you friend me, I get to see your posts too. And then if you need help with something or if I see something, I can tell you about it. All right. Here's our NowSite system. When we log in, of course, there's 3 things we do each day. We post on social media, we comment on other people's posts, and we start conversations. Now, to do a post that gives tips, there are 2 ways you can do this. You can do it as a selfie AI or a caption my image. That's when you have your own image and you put it in there, and of course it writes a post based on the words you give and that image. My favorites for doing tip posts are either caption and suggested image or long post and suggested image. Now, long post and suggested image only automatically goes to Facebook and LinkedIn. Okay, longer posts tend to work better on there. However, they do work well on Instagram if done with the right photos. And that's when you have like 3 tips to something on a photo. So if you're going to do it on Instagram, or if you're going to do it on Facebook, either way, I'll show you both ways. We're going to come over here to caption and suggested image. And I'm going to ask the AI to write a post with 3 tips. Now, here's the thing. You may not know what 3 tips to give. You may be like, I don't know what 3 tips I want to give. Mike may say, well, I'll give 3 tips on, better snacks, or 3 tips to avoid overeating, or 3 tips to actually have the piece of cake and keep the weight off, right? Maybe for Danielle, it might be, here's 3 tips to better sleep. 3 tips to better sleep, because she has a sleep patch, right? For Diane, it might be 3 tips to better tacos. I don't know if she's a taco person or not. I'm looking for a keto taco salad with chips right now. So if you have a recipe, let me know. So what do you want the post to be about? This is how we do this. Write me a post that gives 3 tips to getting better sleep and having more energy in the morning and throughout the day. Okay, that's simple, right? I'm not telling it what to say. Now, here's really what I want you guys to see. I'm not telling it what to say. I'm not telling it the tips to give me. I'm leaning on the AI to help me with this. And I'm doing that intentionally to show you guys, because many times we'll say, I really don't know enough yet to do this. And well, the AI's got the information. It's going to help you, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going. Now, I'm going to hit generate. When I hit generate, it's going to put the post together for me. It's going to look at everything it knows about me, everything I've posted before, because it's ever learning, right? It's always learning more and more about me. Struggling to get a good night's sleep? Here are 3 tips to help you wake up refreshed and energized. Number 1, stick to a sleep schedule. Number 2, create a restful environment. Number 3, limit screen time before bed. Let's prioritize rest and recharge our spirits for a vibrant day ahead. Now, that's okay. I want more depth to it. So I can say, make it longer. Rewrite this and talk about how much of a struggle it is to get through the day when you haven't had proper sleep, period. How it affects our brain and the clarity of thought, period. And how it affects our hormones and even creates tremendous hunger, period. Expand on the 3 tips. Okay, so those are the 2 things I wanted to do. Now, I'm going to hit regenerate. When I hit regenerate, it's now going to take the post. It's going to add these things in there and change the post to reflect these things, right? Struggling to get a good night's sleep? We've all been there, tossing and turning, only to wake up feeling groggy and worn out. Lack of quality sleep can make it really tough to get through the day because it has such a profound effect on the brain's clarity of thought and decision making. It muddles our thinking and makes even simple tasks feel like monumental challenges. Plus, without enough rest, our hormone levels can go haywire, often wreaking havoc on our hunger levels and leading us to overeat. You know, one of the biggest things for weight loss is actually getting enough sleep. It doesn't have to be this way. Here are 3 effective tips. It doesn't have to be this way. And I would add a little bit of my own thing in here, but here are 3 effective tips to help you wake up refreshed and energized. Stick to a sleep schedule, create a restful environment, limit screen time before bed. Let's make sleep a priority and give our bodies. Okay, now, one last thing I want you to look at when you do these, okay? So first of all, this is all great. You can put a photo in here and I'll show you the photo, but here's one other thing that I haven't shown you to do, how to do, I think. So I'm going to do it here. Rewrite this as if it was me speaking from my own personal experience with lack of sleep and finally being able to sleep and the tremendous difference it makes in my life, period. Include the 3 tips. Okay, everybody ready? Regenerate again. Now remember, regenerating is just the back and forth, kind of like, you know, you make the sauce, you taste it, you realize it needs a little more salt, you know, you taste it, you realize it needs a little more pepper. Okay. Struggling to get a good night's sleep? I totally understand how it feels to toss and turn only to wake up groggy and worn out. For a long time, and I'm going to put some space in here because remember, we don't want them too long. For a long time, lack of quality sleep made it incredibly tough for me to get through the day. It affected my brain's clarity and decision making, leaving my thoughts muddled and even simple tasks feeling monumental. I also noticed how it messed up my sleep patterns, how my messed up sleep patterns wreaked havoc on my hormone levels, often leading me to overeat due to increased hunger levels. It was a vicious cycle. Okay, now, do you guys hear the difference in the energy of this coming from my point of view than just generic? Anytime you write your post about tips, it should be from your point of view of what you overcame, what you're doing, like this first person aspect of your own experience. That's what you're looking for. Okay. Okay. But thankfully, it doesn't have to be this way. Here are 3 effective tips that help me wake up refreshed and energized. Stick to a sleep schedule. Sticking to the same bedtime and wake up time every day, even on weekends, has really helped regulate my body's internal clock. This made it easier to fall asleep and wake naturally feeling rested. Yesterday, I did not have to get up and walk because my friend was off for a holiday, and I still woke up at 3:45 in the morning. Boop. I'm awake. I'm awake. And I felt good. So I got some extra studying done and stuff. I was like, I'm going to do my 2 walks later in the afternoon. This is beautiful, and I got some extra studying done, but I still woke up. So this is exactly what I've experienced. Create a restful environment. I transform my bedroom into a sanctuary for sleep by keeping it cool, dark, and quiet. Yep. Blackout curtains and earplugs worked wonders, which is true. I do wear my earplugs. Adding calming scents with essential oil or using a good quality air purifier help create an oasis of calm. Limit screen time before bed. This is huge. Do you guys realize that the last 15 minutes of what you are doing is seared into your subconscious during the whole night? Your subconscious is working on that for the whole evening. Make it valuable, whatever it is, right? Reducing screen time at least an hour before bed had a huge impact. The blue light from devices can interfere with melatonin production, so I switched to reading a book or doing some gentle stretches instead. Now, I would say so I switched to reading a book because I do not do gentle stretches. I have no interest in stretching. All I want to do is curl up with a book. Okay. Let's make sleep a priority and give our bodies the rest you deserve, recharge your spirits, and set up for a vibrant, revitalized day. Remember, a well-rested you is a more capable and focused you. Remember to make me first on your posts so you can continue receiving great tips that will help transform your life. Okay, done. Now, the image. 2 things you can do here. You could use a picture of yourself, but on Instagram, it won't make a lot of sense unless you have some wording on there. So you have 2 ways to do this. If you are going to use one of your own images, let me see what I got here. If I have something I can pull up of mine. Mike, there's your turkey photo. Um, this, okay. And then we'll come to text image. Here are 3 tips for better sleep and better rest to feel invigorated and ready to take on anything in your day. Yeah, I mean, probably a little wordy. I am War and Peace, right? Yeah. All right. Overlay opacity, I'll take and make it darker so the words pop. Here are my 3 tips for better sleep and better rest to feel invigorated and ready to take on anything in your day. And then I'm going to change the font style. Nope. Font. Nope. There you are. I like Railway. Yeah. Put that over there. Make this more of a square, or at least taller than shorter. Boom. Okay. Hit add and get started. Now, the other way you could do this if you do not have a photo that you like, let me just download that real quick so I don't lose that one. Come back over here. The only other way that you could do this, if you don't like it, if you don't have a photo of yourself, one other great way of doing this would be take whatever random photo you want, doesn't matter, and then edit, change the color of the opacity to where you do not see maybe do blue. There, I like that one. And then of course you do the exact same, oh, wrong one. 3 tips, 3 chips. Mike, 3 chips. Let's try that again. Here are 3 tips to getting better sleep and better rest to feel energized and ready to take on anything in your day. Now, of course, you probably will not have as many words as I do. I get it. I am a little wordy. Here are my 3 tips to getting better sleep, taking anything in your day. Now, I'm going to change my thing to Railway because that's the one I like. Okay, perfect. Now, I'm going to go like this. Now, notice this is very much like Facebook's colored backgrounds, right? Now, I'm going to go and instead of trying to resize it and all that other stuff beforehand, I'm going to go like this to make it a square. There. All right. Now I hit add. And this works well on Instagram as well as the photo with the wording on there. Hit get started, hit post, whether it is Facebook, whether it is Instagram. If it's Instagram, it will show up like this. It will create, hit post, select from computer. This is what the blue will look like. Hit next, hit next. Put your things in there. And of course, the whole goal to this, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, YouTube, TikTok, doesn't matter. What they are looking at is if somebody stops and looks at your post and how long they read it and if they respond to it. That's what they're looking at. You have to stop the scroll, but you will not stop the scroll with buy my product. You will not stop the scroll with here's my product again. Here's my product again. Here's my product on my head. Here's my product with green eggs and ham. It doesn't matter. You have to give value in order for somebody to stop. Okay. All right. So let's go do a post real quick with our 3 tips. I hope this was helpful for you today. And as these changes in social media keep coming, we will continue to bring those algorithm changes here. So you will always be updated and know exactly what's going on and what is currently working for the time. So we're going to go ahead and put up the 5 minutes. Let's take 5 minutes. We'll go do our post and then we'll come back. And if you have questions, we'll take them during the 5 minutes, but then we'll showcase posts after the 5 minutes. So let's go ahead and make our posts.
Miss Elizabeth, can you look at my post?
I will after the 5 minutes.
Oh, okay, after the 5 minutes. Okay, I'm sorry.
We don't do it during the 5 minutes because then nobody does their post.
Yeah, that's true. You're so right.
But yes, I absolutely will. Marty, thank you so much. I am so thankful that this was helpful. I would take the double asterisks out. And I would put some more emojis in also. But we've talked about that before. All right. All right, Pamela, did you have a question, sweetie?
Yes. Could you make one with just multiple stream of income for 3 tips?
Absolutely, absolutely. And then three tips to creating more multiple streams of income, 3 steps to looking for ways to create multiple streams of income, uh, 3 reasons why you need multiple streams of income.
Okay.
Who knew a spark of inspiration could drag me to tackle 2 closets and my office? Oh, that's inspirational. I found the magic that fills these tasks with desire and energy and focus. Thankful for this amazing product. Here are the joys of organizing and discovering new beginnings, one shelf at a time. All right, everybody, heads up real quick. Did that sound like an advertisement to you? As soon as she said product. Did it sound like an advertisement to anybody else? Raise your hand, couple of you. Yep, yep, yep. Okay. So instead of saying I found an amazing product, I would talk a little bit first. It wasn't long enough to really give detail of that it's giving value to anybody of how you got the energy or what you did or some tips on doing it. So another way to do this would be to expand it out a little bit further and then talk about how here are some strategies of sectioning. Here's some strategies when we're talking about cleaning our closet, like here's some strategies of this. And then at the very end, and if you're looking, of how I keep the energy to do this or some things that I used for that, drop energy down at the bottom and I'll send you some and I'll tell you some more. That would be a better way to do that.
Okay, great.
Give
Thank
that a shot.
you.
Come back tomorrow.
Oh, I've been back every day, y'all. I just don't show my face.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm just glad you're here. All right. Let's look at Marty. Glad it's your second day, and I'm so glad you're here. Okay. Let's look at this one right here. We've got Eldon, or we have Eldon. And the dynamic the first thing that glares popping to me, Eldon, is that you need to break up these sentences a little bit more and put some emojis in there for some color that breaks up all the black and white, because it's a lot of black and white. The reason people say that long posts don't work is because of this, of all the black and white. Long posts work if you have it broken up into small bits with colored emojis and stuff along the way that breaks up the color thing so it's not so hard for the eyes. So that's number one, what I would do. In the dynamic realm of social media, making a meaningful impact is essential. How do we achieve this? Let's delve into improving our online presence to make our expressions truly resonate. I would take out, let's delve into this. How do we achieve this would be the part right before the tip. So I'd take that part out. Firstly, authenticity matters. In a space, I would break that and keep that by itself and then have the paragraph underneath to break it up. In a space where appearance often dominates, being genuine cuts through the noise. I would break that and have another line. Sharing real experiences, candid thoughts, and heartfelt stories can connect us on a deeper level. Break. Our audience craves authenticity in a world that often feels staged. As a Christian dedicated to supporting nonprofits, I find value in sharing personal journeys of charity and faith, the moments that drive positive change and connections with us. I like where you're going with that. Something that might have worked a little bit better than this. Instead of just telling somebody what you like, telling somebody what you found that will help them too. Because remember, the entire time anybody's reading something, the whole time they're thinking, what's in this for me? They're not really caring about, oh, okay, you, great. They're always asking what's in it for me. So right there where it says, heartfelt stories connect us on a deeper level. Our audience craves authenticity in a world that often feels staged. I have found that the more authentic I've come, the more authentic I am with my faith and in my loving of nonprofits or whatever, the more this happens is kind of the concept I would put in there. Those are some of the things I would change in there though, but the most important things are breaking up the black and white with some emojis and making those smaller bites because it'll be a heck of a lot easier. And always remember, no matter what, whatever somebody's reading, they're looking for an answer for themselves. People are on social media either to distract themselves or they're looking for answers.
Elizabeth, I tried to figure out how do I put an emoji in there. I look for the emojis, but there's no emoji cons.
So in Facebook, when you are in Facebook right here,
Okay.
let me make a post. There it is. So when you are in here,
Yeah.
whatever it is, this right here is just feeling activity. That gets people tripped up. Right here, if you're on Mac, it's Control Command Space and your emojis will come up. I don't know if you can see this, but I will drop the way it looks in the chat. For Windows, where's Dr. Lisa? Who does it on Windows that pulls up the emoji thing? Anybody?
I don't put it on there. I put it in my where it's teaching your AI how to write, and you just move the little bar over telling it that you like a lot of emojis.
You
That's
can
the
do
only
that,
thing
but
I
what if
do.
you need extra emojis is actually what he's asking. So
Yeah,
on
I don't know.
Mac, it's Control Command Space. I don't know what it is on Windows. If you're on Windows, just Google how do I get emojis, the emoji bar up or something, and it will
I
show you.
usually just right click and there's an option right at the top of the menu for emojis.
If you right click on the Facebook,
Isn't it like where you write? If you right click in there.
Okay.
emojis and symbols. Yep. There you go. I've never right clicked before, so for that. So perfect. There you go, Eldon. Great job, honey. All right, let's get over to Pamela real quick. And Vicky. So Pamela, let's go over to you super quick. Pamela, and then we've got a hard stop coming up that we got to get to. So looking to boost your financial security, here are three
Your
solid
screen didn't
reasons.
change. Sorry.
Thanks, Mike. There's Dr. Lisa now. Okay, looking to boost your financial security, here are three solid reasons to embrace multiple income streams. I would put a number one in there, so it's very clear that it's now the tips. Look, so three solid reasons. Number one, instead of just the ones, because when you have older eyes, the black can be hard to see. You cushion against unexpected job losses. It's a great opportunity to learn new skills, and extra income helps support your dreams, like funding your kids' education. Okay. So, a couple of things I would do with this post. First, I love the track you're on. I don't think it has enough information to really give value, though. So, looking to boost your financial security, here are three solid reasons to embrace multiple streams. If you're going to start off with a sentence and then get straight to the tips, you have to give more meat in the tips. Does that make sense?
Okay.
If you are telling a little bit about your story of why this is important and what you did, those things don't have to be as long. But remember, whatever you do, when you get done with a post, here's the question to ask yourself. Am I truly helping somebody with this information? Does it give enough information for somebody to use and do something and make a different decision?
Okay.
Because in every post that we make, we should either be making somebody's day better or giving value that they can change their life. Right?
Okay.
Does that make sense, honey?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's go to Vicky. First of all, Vicky, photo off the chart. Off the chart, perfect. Like, love this. Like, attention grabbing. Like, whoa. Okay. Happy
Thank you.
Tuesday and welcome to Tuesday Tips. I like that too. Let's boost our mental health with happiness. Here are 3 tips. Start your day with gratitude, smile at yourself in the mirror, share a laugh with someone. Same thing as before. If you're going to go and make a thing and go straight to tips, the tips have to have more meat to actually make sense and give value, or they're just kind of words. What
Mhm.
One thing I would suggest with this kind of post, Happy Tuesday and welcome to Tuesday Tips. Let's boost our mental health with happiness. I would put a little bit about your own thing. I remember a time when I was down in the dumps. I was this, I was this. And there was a couple of things that I did that helped start me on the transition to living a happy life. Here are my tips, kind of thing.
Okay, I see when we say tips must be the clue for them to put the same thing because Pamela had it. The little 1, 2, 3 in a box.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And mine don't come up with the little 1, 2s, and 3s. And maybe because it knows that, I don't know, maybe it's learned me by now that, or I'm always asking for such long posts because I'm War and Peace.
And just FYI, further up in the chat,
Yeah.
I put the snow plows for Myrtle Beach. A friend sent that to me from Myrtle Beach. They're just crocs with a little shovel.
That's awesome. I love that. I love that. Fantastic. All right. All right. Hard stop. Sorry. I have 2 minutes to get on to my next training and I'm not going to get my break because I kind of went over. But we'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific for my AI Live. Bring your questions, bring what you need help with. We'll do whatever posts you need. We love you. I will see you